has chosen the storyline spread for your general monthly reading, which is a scattershot across the entire sign, telling 3, 4, or even 5 different stories for people going through different scenarios this month. The stories can be about any topic, so the floor is wide open. People say that often multiple stories do and will resonate with them, but the main goal of the storyline spread is to find that one story that is all about you. And that is what we're going to do today. Okay, Sagittarius, it is time for your storyline spread January 2024. Now, what we did not talk about in the introduction is that this is a very specific storyline spread. In fact, they want to talk about work. This is going to be a work storyline spread, which can be a very big umbrella for a lot of Sagittariuses because it covers work, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, entrepreneurship. For most people, it's the JOB, but also learning new things and hobbies and interests. So as you can see, very big umbrella. And this storyline spread is going to be based on that. Now we're going to start with story 1, guys. Keep in mind, we have 3 stories here, and we're going to find the story that is right for you. So if this story doesn't make sense to you, bear with me. We're going to get to it. The first thing that comes up, if you are a Sagittarius who has been struggling here with work, stuff has not been going your way, you have not accomplished what you set out to accomplish maybe last year, as we enter here in January, and it's just like, man, you're just kind of emotionally a little bit down right now. This could very well be your story here, Sagittarius. Here's what they say about it. They want to make sure that you are very invested in getting interested in something that you're very interested in. It's basically like following your passion, doing things that you really enjoy, not things you have to do for work, but more the things that you want to do for work. Okay, so it's basically saying like you can't do the boring ho-hum, Sagittarius. It is just not going to work for you. So if you are bored in the workplace, that could be part of the unsuccesses. And you know what? If you don't care about it, it's hard to like really put 100% into it. And that just applies to everything in life, really. So you gotta get interested about something. That's what they talk about here with my 4 of Cups inverted. The next thing we show here is the 7 of Pentacles in this story. This is basically saying growth. And they're showing here that you hold the key to this growth, this work situation of yours, so you can change it. Very empowering as far as change is concerned. You don't have to be stuck there. You don't have to be stuck anywhere. So, since you have the key to this, they are reminding you, though, that things can be slow. Some things do take time, and especially the successes and maybe the goals that you're striving and trying to like achieve here, striving for. Maybe they're a little big goals. Maybe you should set smaller goals first, more achievable goals, and work your way up. They do bring in our Angel Oracle card, Gifts from God. In the card it says, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So it's basically saying there will be rewards here for you regardless. Okay, you just got to look for the rewards. Now, sometimes easier said than noticed, but you know what? They're saying it, so it must be true. There must be some underlying reason that you're still doing this. You haven't achieved what you're trying to do, so there's something good it's in it for you. Maybe it's just good bread and butter income. Maybe it's good to pay the bills at this time of your life, this chapter that you're in. Maybe it has something to do with that. But anyway, these are all things to consider because they show that you have the key to this, and that is where I'm going to focus the most on story number 1. Okay, guys, let me take a moment here to tell you about the reformatting of your general monthly readings, as well as a few very exciting updates that are coming. The first thing you've probably already noticed is that the overhead camera has been removed from your spread. This saves us about 4 or 5 minutes. If looking at the cards, though, is something that you're interested in, I am posting the picture, a snapshot overhead view from the spread that I'm doing for every sign. You can find that on Facebook. Also on Facebook, you'll be able to find the printout for chemistry tracking for your month. And this is also posted on my website. Chemistry tracking basically shows what sign is going to be vibing well with your sign in the month, as well as what sign or signs will be repelling, kind of opposite energy. What sign you're going to be kicking well with and what sign you're not so much. Moon Cycle cheat sheet will also be posted on scottsagent.com on the Talking About page, and also Moon Cycle will be included in your reading, along with the Rune Stone, and along with Homily. All the things that you've grown to love will still be in your reading. You're getting an extra thing here, though, because every single sign is getting angel protection at the end of your reading. This is an extra angel card, just a little extra information from Spirit about your month. However, all the spreads that I called extra spreads, stuff like telling time, yes or no, chakra scrub, health scrub, stuff like that, animal totems, all that good stuff, those are all extra spreads. Those are going to be moved into what I call urgent readings. Urgent readings are going to be posted the very first week of the month. If Spirit requested one, about half of the signs get these. So that's going to be very important to look out for. Those will be posted everywhere, but of course all the newest updates will be posted on scottsagent.com first. The last thing I want to share with you today is that the quadrants video is coming. January 3rd is the date, and that is the quadrants video for your sign. And this forecasts information for the entire year. It is some of my most popular videos and audio products as well. So quadrants is something you do not want to miss. That'll be everywhere January 3rd. What is a quadrant? Well, quadrant forecasts for your entire year broken up into 4 different pieces. And we're going to be talking about things like work, health, love, money, planning and preparation for vacations, relaxation, when the best quadrant is for you guys to get busy and be productive, when is the best quadrant to play it safe, and when is the best quadrant for risks. We're going to be looking at themes for the different quadrants, a whole bunch of information that you guys will be able to obtain from these readings, so do not miss the quadrants dropping January 3rd. And for January only, Quadrants is available as a personal audio product, a personal reading done just for you, looking at the planning and preparation for your year, going through all of the same topics, but just making it that much more accurate for you. It is one of my most popular products, and it is only available in January, so do not wait to book your Quadrants reading. scottsagent.com. Story 2 brings up new money. We come in with new money here. So if you are a Sagittarius that has got new coinage here, new financial boost of some form in January, or are getting some soon, I feel like most of you would probably have an idea that this is you here. If not, I guess you would be finding out very soon. And if that's the case, you don't know yet, well, come back to Story 2. This is going to be yours right here. So very good omen to start with. We got new money coming in. What more can you ask for than that? They show that this is coming in at a good time, because they show overcoming difficulties with my Oracle Angel card, saying that the worst is now behind you and you are now surmounting any previous challenges. Good news all around there. Hopefully this is you here in Story 2, guys. Actually, 3 is not too bad either, just interesting. Now, here in Story 2, they show that the ground is very fertile. I have the Empress card, which means fertility. The ground is very ripe. Opportunities are just all around you in the month of January. They want you to make something real, like to the touch. So it's not just like, think of a new idea for work, or you have a feeling you want to do this second job, or you have a feeling you want to make this business. No, they're saying actually here, this is the Empress card, physical. That's why I always touch stuff when I talk about physical, because it's real. It's real on the physical plane of Earth here. So that's what they talk about, that the ground is very fertile for you to do real things here for work, not just ideas, not just emotions. They do bring in a very good social camaraderie card here too, with my 3 of Pentacles, and it's also about taking great pride in what you do. Okay, so this is for my Sagittariuses who, unlike Story 1, more than likely really enjoy what they do, take great pride in it, and you know what? They're going to put their all into it. So this is basically a tale of 2 stories here, tale of 2 cities. They show where, my Story 1 folks, we want to get you into 2, get you into same energy. It's basically what they're saying, because in Story 1, they talked about how important it is for you to start finding something that you care about so deeply much. In Story 2, they show you're there. So that pretty much wraps up 2. I don't got much else to say about that. I think we covered that quite well. Story 3 is a larger story, more moving parts. We start with, these are for my Sagittariuses who are driving a little bit blind here. You're not exactly sure the way things are going right now. If that sounds like you, especially with work, this is definitely your story here, because we've already been through the other 2. So this shows like you're not really sure about some things. Maybe you're trying to figure it out. Maybe you're trying to figure out if you should go left or right, or up or down, choice between 2 things. Really just trying to get more facts, get more information before you decide. And there's nothing wrong with that. Take your time as much as you need to. I do believe that when you don't have the full information, you're not going to make the best decisions for you. So therefore, if you're not sure, do nothing. The next thing I show here is the Hangman card inverted. So this is the hang-ups being shaken up to the point where there is no more stagnation coming. Okay, so this is very soon. And if you kind of read between the lines, that tells me that a lot of my Saggies here in 3, they have been stagnated for some time here. The work corner hasn't really been doing much lately. Well, what they're saying here is that this year, more than likely early in the year, and this month, things are going to start getting shaken up here. Things are going to get moving. We got the energy moving again here with the hanged upside down. Now, what they bring up here is some of you should consider like higher learning. They show it coming in blocks. So this is like information or knowledge that you haven't accrued yet. And it's like, it could be like something like wisdom, but I feel like it's more technical, like credits for college, or, you got to take this accreditation to get this job or this prerequisite to do this. That's the kind of thing they talk about here. So it's basically obtaining some kind of information with story 3 to get you to the next point. And that might be the shakeup. That might be what changes this whole thing. They want to tell you, though, do not give too freely of yourself. And what I mean by that is like, know your worth. Don't take super low offers or low paying jobs. You're worth what you're worth. And you know what? If people offer you less than that, I think it's really your duty to respectfully say no. It's okay to say no. And you don't got to be a dick about it. You can say no in a very nice way. No, thank you. But that's not for me. Something like that. So, don't sell yourself short is what they show, because it's kind of like, it's the card of theft and loss inverted, but it's basically like, nobody's stealing it from you. It's almost like you have a possibility here to just give it away, giving away the farm, so to speak. And we don't want you to do that. So you got to know your worth, especially in the workplace. And we're looking for relationship harmony. And of course, here, this is going to be not like a love deal. This is going to be a relationship with you and your employer, whoever you work for or what you do in this work corner. Okay, so your relationship between you and it is what they're talking about here. And it says that the angels are opening their hearts to everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved right now in January. So very good to see. It's like, things are going to get calm. You might start the month or the year, both, I guess, a little fuzzy. But it's okay, because things are going to start clearing up as we get through this kind of shakeup period in January. So very good. There are your 3 stories for your storyline spreads. Let's get into your runestone, which is, it doesn't really have anything to do with any of these, but it's something that they want some Sagittariuses to consider. And it came up for another sign as well. This is the rune of possessions. Possessions, guys. So the things that you own. Okay, so maybe some of you need to consider selling something. Maybe some of you need to accrue a possession, like buy blank, fill in the blank. I've really needed this for a long time. Maybe January is a good time for me to buy that. Okay, so that's the kind of thing they want you to consider with possessions coming up. Obviously, very prevalent to a lot of Saggies. And then every sign this year is getting an extra angel oracle card just to give us a little extra information on your month. Spirit decided to give you claircognizance. It says, pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Okay, so pay attention to the light bulb effects that go off in your head. Okay, that's divine inspiration. Pay attention to your dreams as well. I have seen a lot of evidence this month in these readings that the veil is very, very thin in January. So I think the communication is going to be very large from the other side. So you may be getting visits in your dreams from your loved ones, getting a lot of guidance and help from your spirit guides and guardian angels and the like. So all good stuff there. So that's a good way to wrap up your reading, this section of your reading. And now I'm going to send you over to the moon cycles and finally homily. Okay guys, it is moon cycles forecast time. Let's talk about these lunar energies that are all around us anyways, so we can use it to our benefit, implement some positive change into your month. Well, the first thing you need to understand is whether these energies are coming in or going out. Just like the tides, the moon has control of that. In the same way, you can use it too. The first thing that hits chronologically this month is the new moon. You're going to see all the text information on your screen, any rare occurrences, as well as the date. Now, this is a target date for the new moon. It doesn't have to be done on this date, guys. I really like to bracket a few days before and a few days after to get a very powerful week where you can bring new things into your life and really manifest. If it is NEW, it's not there before, brand new, this is the best time to bring it into your life. Something new financially, maybe something new with work, new love, new health. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's new, this is the best time of the month to work on these things. Really help bring it in. Adversely, The full moon, the opposite energy, the energy going out, hits on this date on your screen. And of course, the same rules apply. It doesn't have to be done on this date. We're talking about a week window, a few days on each side of it here. When this energy is very strong going out, and the energy going out is the best time to get things out of your life that don't belong there or that you don't want there. Something that's got control of you or hold of you that you don't want. Maybe something like a bad habit, maybe emotional baggage, a bill that's got to go. That would be something financially, maybe something with health, maybe an eating habit that's got to go. It doesn't matter if it's got to go. The full moon is your best bet to get this change to stick. If any of this has confused you, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. I do it every single month. It is free. It is on the website, guys. You can check it out very easily. It is a little graphic illustration, a tool that you can use so you can kind of see these changes moving in and moving out, so you can align things in your month to it to really get them to stick, implement some great positive changes. Now let's get into your homily. Hey guys, this is Scott Sagent here for your January 2024 edition of Homily. And for this month's homily, starting the new year, I thought it would be fun if we did a little thought experiment here, so that is why you cannot see me right now. And that's okay, because I cannot see you either. It's actually not necessary. You can hear my voice, and that is all you're going to need in this exercise. It's a little thought experiment called the Ideal You. So go ahead and take this opportunity, since it's going to be a closed eye kind of a meditation. Take this opportunity to find a little couch, a comfortable spot, a recliner, a bed, a sofa, whatever it is for you. Get nice and comfortable where you can shut your eyes for a few minutes. If you're driving, you know what? Probably don't participate. I think that would be a bad idea. Maybe you can come back and check this homily out at a safer time for you. But for everybody else, let's get started with the Ideal You experiment. The very first thing I want you to consider and think about is what you would rate yourself here on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of where your placement is in life, how you have attained your goals over the last few years, if you're where you want to be, if you're nowhere close to where you want to be, the way that you present yourself, the way that others perceive you, all of these things. I'm just giving you a few examples of, obviously it's a much bigger umbrella, and whatever it is for you, the way that you come up with your rating system is just fine, but come up with a number to where you feel like you are at right now. Okay, so remember that number, but also throw it away. We're not going to need it for a while. Right now, we're not going to concern ourselves with future goals. We're really just worrying about the present, right here, right now. What does your ideal you look like right now? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? How do they act around people? How are they perceived by people? How are they perceived in the workplace? All this kind of thing. You have to visualize it to make it come true. So this is a visual aspect that I would like you to consider right now, and be very, very specific about your visualization. Think very deeply about the details. How this person wears their nails, what kind of jewelry they wear, what do they dress like, what kind of body language do they put out, how do they speak, what kind of tone, do they smile easily, how big, are they warm to others? This is your ideal you that I would like you to consider, visualize, and hang on to that visual. Now take this energy signature, this whole idea that you just constructed in your mind and put together and puzzle pieced together. Maybe some of you duct tape and super glued it together. It doesn't matter. Take this energy signature here, and what we're going to do is we're going to expand it. We're going to make it much, much larger. However you viewed it before, we're going to multiply this times like 100, times 1,000, times whatever it is that this sucker is huge. Whether it's a visual of you or a goal or what it is, we're going to make it massive. So think about it getting bigger, 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 and much, much bigger than even that. Now maybe some of you have made this so big that you have to zoom out just to be able to see the whole picture anymore, and that's just fine. But now we're going to adjust and tune the contrast. We're going to tune some settings here. So adjust that contrast. We're going to make everything very bright. All those colors are going to get vibrant and very, very sharp. There is going to be no dull colors here at all. Everything is super bright, full of contrast. Once you're done tweaking that, now we're going to tweak the brightness. We're going to make it bright all the way fully bright as you can go before it hits white. So now these colors are not just bright, but they are almost blinding, and they are so sharp. The final setting that we're gonna tweak is frequency. We're gonna turn that frequency knob all the way up to high. You cannot hear frequency here, but you almost can, because as you turn it up high, you can see this picture shaking, vibrating. You can feel it very deeply in your bones. This frequency is being turned up high. You are raising the level of your energy signature of what you've created. I picture this ringing like a champagne glass, and once you've got this frequency all the way turned up, your brightness and your contrast all the way turned up, your energy signature, we want to blow it up, and not just blow it up to get rid of it, but we're going to blow it up and expand it out in every direction, just like a supernova, a star exploding, and we're going to mentally just shoot this whole entire signature that you've created everywhere, little bits and pieces of it fragmented everywhere, every which way, and it's just dropping down like snow, falling a little bit here, a little bit there, and visualize how people are reacting to this version of you. As we wrap up your January homily and conclude our thought experiment, I have two final questions for you. Number one, rate yourself again, how you feel right now. I want to know how you feel, how this makes you feel, your ideal you being everywhere. What is your rating now? I don't care what it was before. How do you feel right now? Most people, general consensus, bump up their first number after an experiment like this of 1 or 2 points. Maybe you're experiencing that. Maybe you boosted even higher. Maybe you stayed the same, I'm not exactly sure, but the consensus is that most people do raise up just from this couple minutes of this idea processing in their mind. And visualization is key for manifestation. It is the only way that it is brought into the physical realm and made real. So now you have the tools. You know how to make this energy signature. And if you can bump your rating and feel that much better about your future right now in the present moment, imagine in just a couple of minutes, imagine if you were to do this every day. This is helping you to get to that goal, to get to that place, to get to your ideal you. It's not a future deal, it's a present deal. All this work is done in the present, and this is just one tool to help you get to that point. Hopefully, January 2024 here in your homily is a good bridge to get you there. So I hope you've enjoyed the readings and your homily. Thank you all so much. Have a great January 2024. I know you will.